Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Talk Business. I'm your host, Rick Jenkins, and we've got another guest coming up that you're really going to enjoy hearing from. But once again, I'm glad you're joining us today. Whether you are listening in on 94.5 The Answer, or you are catching one of our podcasts on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, or maybe you're just watching a video on YouTube. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you are enjoying it. Our next guest is Victoria Brannon. Victoria is the founder and CEO of a company called Hugs and Hustle. I love that. We're going to ask her all about it. Victoria, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It is good to see you. Good to meet you. Now, you have not been in the upstate for very long, not even in a year. Am I right?
Not yet. September will be a year.
Right. And you moved here from where? Florida?
Florida, so like where NASA is, Cocoa Beach area.
Space Coast
Yes,
kind of thing going on,
Coast.
right? And you moved here with your fiance.
Yes.
And you all are scheduled to get married here very, very soon.
Yes.
Correct? And so congratulations to you.
Thank you.
But let's talk business here. So, Hugs and Hustle.
Yes.
Great name. Tell me how it came about.
So I actually read somebody's shirt wrong. I thought it said Hugs and Hustle. It said Hogs and something. It was Harley Davidson.
Oh, God,
so my
hilarious.
little bit of dyslexia helped me create that name, but it's fitting with what I do now. So.
Right. And so tell us about what you do.
Yeah, so I do team leadership training for women-led teams. I focus mainly on women-led teams just after years of working with both and learning that I can relate a little bit more to that. But I work with women who are business owners or managers in corporate companies.
Right. And, you have always been an entrepreneurial spirit, right? I mean, you and I talked a couple weeks ago when we very first met, and we had a cup of coffee, and we just talked. Mm-hmm. And I found out that from an early age, we're talking teenager, you started your own business.
Yes, 18, right out of high school.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. And what was that business?
So it started off as entertainment and events, and then it shifted to marketing and events for client success and small business.
Right. And so you went, I can't believe you're doing this at 18.
Yeah. Me neither. I look back, I'm like, wow.
But you had to have a mentor, someone that led you along that way. Who was that?
My mom and my grandma. So my mom's always been an entrepreneur. She had a cleaning business. She does photography still. And then my grandma was always in sales. And so they always kind of had that fire in them to create their own schedule and not have a cap on the income that they're creating.
Right. When you're 18 years old, all right, I just got through, of course, starting my own business here. Let's talk business. Yay, right. And I had been running a business for a long time, but I hadn't run my own business. And so I have found out a lot of stuff that I had no idea that I did not know.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're 18 years old, are you talking to attorneys, and are you getting logos, trademarked? I mean, doing all that stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of Googling, a lot of being okay with asking questions and being a beginner. I went right into the Chamber of Commerce and found myself some people that have been in business for a while and kind of got under their wing. And just really was okay with failing fast and failing forward.
Let's get on to that again. Women executives, what types of things may they need help with that you're going to say, hey, let's fix this?
Yes, so we focus mainly on team dynamics and company culture. And what makes us different actually is we don't do DISC assessments or anything like that. We actually focus on foundational skill sets that will create a better workplace culture so that they can attract and retain the right type of people and also be able to step out of the day-to-day chaos. So people skills, communication skills, just really habitual skill sets that create change.
And you mentioned team. Mm-hmm. At first you weren't working with teams, right? You were working with individual executives, but at some point you said, hey, let's bring the team together.
Yes.
How's that going?
So I had to learn the hard way, but it really is all about just connecting and communicating to each other. So just learning after a couple years of just doing one-on-one, realize that the communication also has to happen to their right hand or manager or COO, as well as their higher up team members.
What types of executives are we talking? Are we talking CEOs? Are we talking founders? Are we talking C-level execs? Are we talking vice presidents? I mean, what? All the above?
All of it. Yep, all the above. So I have a lot of my managers are VP of sales and marketing, things like that. And then business owners are the founders and working CEOs still.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's really good stuff, Victoria. Do you have anything else you'd like to share? You want to shout out to someone or something? Tell me, I think you got something on your mind. What's that?
Well, I want to shout out my mama and my grandma always. They, I have the pleasure of still being able to talk to my grandma, so very thankful for that. And I'm also actually serving, we're taking our curriculum that we built and we're just creating an earlier entry point and being able to serve the women-owned business or manager with only a few independent contractors or employees. So instead of having to have staffed brick and mortar, we're able to take that same skill set and kind of chop it up.
Got it.
It starts in September.
Really good stuff. Start when?
September. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you call your grandmom?
Grandma or G-Money.
G-Money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
G-Money.
Yeah.
I like G-Money. Folks, that is Victoria Brannon. And G-Money, you should be proud. She's a very impressive executive, and I love the fact that she has been doing this kind of thing her entire life. And G-Money, I'm sure you probably assisted with that in some fashion way back when.
Very much so,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Folks, that is, again, Victoria Brannon, CEO and founder of Hugs and Hustle. We will be right back with our next guest, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Here's another company you should know.